Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Power of Storytelling at Spectrum, the Awareness Project. So, today, as I told you last time, we are talking about mental health and wellness. So, today we have with us Deepa Ahuja Ramani, teacher turned performance storyteller, award winning podcaster, and budding author and blogger. So, welcome Deepa to our platform. So, what do you have for our audience today? Which story are you going to tell?
Thank you so much, Nina, and thank you, Spectrum, the Awareness Project, for giving me this opportunity. And yes, as you rightly mentioned, mental health is for all. And as they say, charity begins at home. Mental health begins with self. I would like to start with a small anecdote. So, when I was in 11th or 12th, I don't remember exactly, but I was in my teenage. And once I visited Pune to one of my aunts. So she is my father's cousin, and there's some argument was going on. Teenager, being the teenager, I was like always arguing with some or the other logic. And she said a few words to me, and they have been with me since then. So what she said was कि दीपा दिन में भगवान जी एक बात पे तथास्तु करते हैं आपकी पूरे दिन में every 24 hours one of your wish comes true.
True.
तुम अच्छा बोलो या बुरा बोलो, whatever, one wish is definitely going to come true. So you decide. And I was not ready to listen to it. I was not ready to accept it.
Hmm.
And then she said, okay, challenge accepted. आज से तेरा experiment शुरू.
Hmm.
And since then, I have been experimenting each single day,
Hmm.
and it actually happens.
Hmm.
So, here I'm going to today narrate a beautiful story which I had read in a picture book. And after reading the picture book, I realized, oh, it was not for the kids to know, it was for us to read, us as adults. So, this is a beautiful story of a fish who could wish, written by John Bush. And this story is one of my favorites. So let's begin. So, in the deep ocean blue, in the deepest of the ocean and in the blue of the ocean, there lived a fish who could wish. It swam and swam and swam. And it was so beautiful. And oh, what fun this fish would have in the deep ocean blue. Because all it dreamt, all it thought came true. उसकी हर इच्छा पूरी होती थी. Sometimes this fish could wish for a castle, and it got a castle. Sometimes it would wish for a car. It turned to a car. Sometimes it could wish being a horse. And on the horse, when it became a horse, when it got sometimes it would become a horse, and sometimes it wished for a horse. And what it did was, it used to ride on the horse singing, "Oh, Mamma Mia, oh, Mamma Mia." And then he would be accompanied by its Spanish guitar. It used to sing using the Spanish guitar, and it used to be combined with a lot of fun with the crabs. The other ocean animals also used to join this fish in its singing. Oh, Mamma Mia! Oh, Mamma Mia! And the days went by. And sometimes it would want to ski. So, do you know what happened when it wanted to ski? It started snowing in the sea for one whole week, and he could ski in the ocean. And then someday, when he was bored of skiing and just dancing around, one day he thought if he could get some wings to fly. It wanted to fly and fly and fly. So it got its wings, and you know what happened? It took the whole round of the earth, the whole world. It took 2 rounds just in one night. But he could wish for anything and everything. Sometimes it wanted to become a very, very tiny fish. So it became a tiny fish. And sometimes when the shark came to eat on these tiny fish, a fishy treat, he could turn into a very tiny fish, too small to eat. And to teach a lesson, what he did was he said he wished that this he becomes a shark and the shark becomes a fish. So he could just tease him away. And this went on and on for a long, long time. And sometimes he wanted to explore different shapes. Sometimes he wanted to become a round as a biscuit or a square as a biscuit. Sometimes wanted to become a triangle. Sometimes it wanted to become a starfish. And you name the shape and it became the fish. Became that shape. And one day, he wanted to wear a grand coat and have a handsome silk tie. And lo, his wish was granted. And wearing this coat and tie, he just swam across the ocean. He could wish for everything and anything except for one thing. The only thing that he did not wish for was wisdom. So one fine day, he wished the silliest and the silliest and the silliest of the wish he could wish. Just for fun, just for fun, one day, it wished to become an ordinary fish. And it became an ordinary fish. What he did not know was that all the other ordinary fish could not wish. And this was his last wish. He could not wish any further. And that was my story. Thank you.
That was wonderful. And I really wish I could wish like the fish. See, whatever he wished.
Not to be an ordinary fish.
Yes, yes, barring that last one. So I'll just quickly read out a few comments that has come up. Rashmi and Purnama says that you have used beautiful props and the way you sang was good. And also, Rashmi says that how I wish I could be the fish and curious to know more about. And
Thank you.
she was imagining the fish wearing the tie. And yes, of course. The moral of the story is we become what we wish for, right? So, not just the fish. If we wish for whatever we wish, it happens. A
Yes.
profound message. That's what Shivali has to say. So, yes, indeed, it was a wonderful story, and you beautifully narrated using the props, the colorful props, and
Right.
also the rhythm that you brought into it, the song, the guitar, and all those appealing. Yes, that is what we have to tell our audience also. We become what we wish for, isn't it?
Yes,
So,
that's true.
anything else, Deepa, you would like to tell?
And it was a funny story, but when I had read the story for the first time,
Mhm.
I somehow felt that many a times. And this I have experienced in my personal life. I'm sure everyone who is listening has experienced it in their life at one time or the other. And we have seen many kids doing that,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
As adults, also, we have been doing. And what have we been doing? What am I trying to talk about is
Hmm.
many a times. we are not very confident and we don't know our superpowers.
Correct.
In the teaser, I said, you, me, and everyone has a superpower.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of identifying our own superpower,
Hmm.
our wish.
Hmm.
And many a times, what we should not do is try to fit in a particular group.
Hmm.
So, just to try to fit in, we often ignore or let go our
Hmm.
superpowers.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that is what we should not be doing.
Hmm.
This is what I humbly wish and I humbly feel. And I had loved this. There's another short story in a form of a quote.
Hmm.
So there are like a rabbit and a boy sitting
Huh.
together.
Hmm.
So the boy says, they are sitting together on a tree, and the boy says, how strange that the grass is all that remains standing after the storm.
Hmm.
And the beautiful reply that the rabbit gives is, sometimes being soft is strong.
Yes, I think Rashmi also, Rashmi Purnama, what they have to say is, Rashmi says, wisdom is needed for all the time, so wish for
Yes.
wisdom, right? And Purnama says that the power of manifestation.
Exactly. And one more thing I would like to add on is just identify yourself. You and me, we have been trying to find out, we have been named, we have been labeled many a times. We know that, right? But just to stand on your own feet,
Hmm.
don't let someone else push us down is something that we should be doing. And I believe and I do it.
Yes,
So I will not make myself very small to make someone else comfortable.
yes.
This is what I do for keeping myself sane. This is what I have learned in my life.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for
thank you.
coming up with this wonderful message and story through the story. So, to our wonderful audience, as we said before, the ABCD of inclusion cards are there, and we'll be using these ABCD cards of inclusion for our storytellings. So, don't just go get your copies and stay tuned for more such stories from us. So until then, take care. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.